DRS Familia! What is good? It's Coach Ty, and I'm coming back at y'all once again to deliver another Friday workout. It's going to be a ton of fun. This workout, we will be raining some hundreds. Not quite that kind of 100, but maybe using this piece of equipment, our bodies, and a couple other things. So with that said, let's get to the action, and let's have some fun. To clarify what I meant by my raining hundreds comment, what I really was describing was the rep scheme for today's movements, which are 100 step-ups, weighted step-ups. So a kettlebell, a dumbbell. We love seeing y'all get creative with whatever you might have, rice bags, or things lying around your garage and or house, okay? So get creative with that. We love to see it. Anyhow, 100 step-ups. Dig into the box and stand tall, control the step down. Dig into the box, drive your knee out, stand tall, and squeeze your booty at the top. You will do 100. Ideally, that would be split into 50 on the right and 50 on the left. For movement number 2, we've got a little blast from the past, from all the way back last Friday, and that movement will be 100 weighted sit-ups. Okay, so same key points as last week. We want to, if we have a dumbbell, grip both heads. You can also use a kettlebell, a plate, or anything you may have laying around, okay? With the plate, you would hug it. With the dumbbells, you would grab both heads. So you will lie back, dig your heels into the ground. You will drive up and control down. You will drive up and control down. Feel the burn. Numero tres will be some running. A mile of running to be exact, okay? So, ain't nothing to it but to do it, but a couple notes. Do your best to run with a tall chest, okay? Try to be springy when you react with the ground, and think positive thoughts, okay? If you're huffing and puffing, thinking, oh my gosh, my life sucks, I have to run, well, it won't be very fun, okay? So, put your mind in a happy place, focus on your breathing, and be springy when you run. Movement number 4, you just got back from your run, you're feeling chipper, ready to win the day and attack the next movement, which is 100 kettlebell swings, okay? So, a couple key notes, or key points rather, on our kettlebell swing. We start with the kettlebell in front of us. We give a slight bend of our hips and shift our hips back, okay? That way we create a pendulum motion that is full of elasticity. So you go back and get that pendulum going, punching the weight overhead, squeezing your booty to make sure you're in a safe and optimal position, returning and flexing the hips, followed by a rapid explosion and punch of the weight overhead. You'll be doing 100, so I wouldn't recommend just going for the whole shebang and doing 100 unbroken, but rather have a methodical approach. Think, I'm going to go attack these kettlebell swings. I'm going to do 5 sets of 20. I'm going to do 4 sets of 25, 10 sets of 10, or whatever it might be. Fifth and final movement of the day will be everybody's favorite, the good old-fashioned burpee. Times 100. Excited? I bet. Nah, all jokes aside, 100 may sound daunting, but just like with our running and with our kettlebell swings, we want to be positive and we want to have a methodical approach. Because 100 does not sound nearly as bad if you think of it as 4 sets of 25 or 5 sets of 20 or something along those lines. So let's talk about the movement itself. With the burpee, we will start by doing about a half squat. You're going to jump back all the way to the ground. You're going to press the floor away and drive your hips through. Again, press the floor away and drive your hips through. Followed by a jump at the top. One more time. I lied, 2 more times. Just like that, every time. If you don't feel comfortable jumping, you absolutely can step back and step forward and still complete that jump. Just a little recap, there will be 5 movements, all amounting to 100 reps for each respective movement, with a 1 mile run sandwiched in between. There will be no time cap. I repeat, no time cap. So let's focus on consistency and steady movement. For this one, the most consistent approach will most certainly win the race. The race that is non-existent because there's no time cap. Let's focus on quality movement and let's have some fun. For today's warm-up and preparation phase, we would like you to keep it in the same vein as previous Friday warm-ups. That means a focus on spiking your heart rate and getting you nice and mobilized. In order to spike the heart rate, we'd like you to keep it dynamic. So remember these things like hopping and skipping and bounding and crawling, maybe even some pogo jumps or bunny hops, things like that, which will really get you prepped for the run. And then mobility, maybe some leg swings, again, because we'll be running. Some overhead mobility, maybe something like this, a down dog into a Spider-Man into a rotation, and then some stuff to get that booty fired up, like hip bridges, or even some bodyweight squats and lunges will really serve you well to get you fired up to crush this WOD.